This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news this evening, a cold start to the new year right here on the Suncoast. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for what we can expect for the rest of the week. Bob?
Jacqueline, I got to tell you right now, the big story is the cold and the wind chill advisory that we're in, and will stay with us through 10 a.m. Already wind chills down into the mid-30s. Current temperature at the Sarasota Bradian Airport at 11 o'clock now, 42 degrees. And 34 in Tallahassee. It's 28 now in Pensacola, and 34 degrees in Tallahassee, Jacksonville at 37 and 46 now in Orlando. You want to factor in the wind to give you what it feels like right now. It's 35 degrees in Sarasota. That's the actual feels like temperature or wind chill. 24 in Tallahassee, 17 in Pensacola, and 28 in Jacksonville. Now, we have had some reports around town, people saying that they saw snow flurries, and we did have some videos sent in to ABC7. And that video right here, you can make that decision for yourself, but after looking at it, it looks like it's suspended rainfall, but it could possibly be flurries, but it's unlikely because temperatures were just a little bit too warm. But you can kind of see it floating around there at times, moving up as opposed to going straight down. And we had some other videos sent in too, and I'll get the attributes to who sent this video in, and we have some other impressive video as well. But I got a feeling that was just some light rain that may have been suspended due to the winds around. Right now, the wind chill at 35 degrees, the temperature at 42, and the dew point temperature is way down there, 37 degrees now. Winds are out of the northeast at 15. That makes it feel all that much colder out there. And with a wind chill advisory in effect, you want to make sure you're bundled up because you can get hypothermia rather quickly if you're exposed to this kind of wind and temperature for a long duration. Now, a freeze warning in effect north of our area. You see that there, but this is all again, wind chill advisory in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And it looks as though we'll warm up just a little bit tomorrow. Another rather chilly day. Small craft advisories remain in effect for coastal waters, and the high rip current risk is there as well. We'll have more in our forecast, Jacqueline. Talk about the rest of the week, which promises to be cold. Coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob. We'll check back in with you shortly. A boat capsizing in Sarasota Bay earlier today. 4 people were rescued from the water and rushed to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick has the latest on that accident.
A dad, his 2 sons, and a family friend were all on their powerboat today, ready for a day of fun and an annual New Year's Day tradition, when their boat overturned, dumping all 4 of them into the water.
The boat was sideways. We almost hit the rocks coming in. It was real bad.
Rough conditions on Sarasota Bay kept many boaters off the water on New Year's Day, but not the captain of this powerboat. A Siesta Key man and his loved ones thrown from the boat after it capsized between Marina Jack and Bird Key just before noon.
Their boat is a recreational pleasure boat, and I do believe they were on their way here to take part in the fun run.
An annual New Year's Day tradition, the Joey Grattan Fun Run.
Probably about 80 boats get together. That was the number last year. Get together and go out and run around to restaurants and things like that.
But boaters were dropping out left and right after seeing the water conditions. The race eventually canceled. All 4 victims of the capsize, 2 of them children, were taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, luckily with mostly just bumps and bruises. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, the worst injury was a fractured ankle. The FWC is still early in its investigation. They say they plan to talk to the operator of the boat once he's released from the hospital to figure out exactly what happened. Reporting in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Jess. You should feel safe while at the beach in Manatee County. The Florida Beach Patrol Chiefs Association naming Manatee County Marine Rescue the Beach Patrol of the Year. The group has more than a dozen lifeguards, paramedics, EMTs, and rescue divers. They kept about 2.7 million beach visitors safe in 2016 and now are recognized as the best in the state. An arson investigation is underway in Venice. The Venice and Sarasota County Fire Departments responding to a vehicle fire yesterday. Units arrived to find heavy smoke and flames in 3 vehicles parked next to a building. Firefighters were able to put out that fire quickly so it did not impact the storage building. However, it is the 3rd time in less than a week that firefighters were called to a fire in that area to protect the building and its property. Police are asking for your help to find the person responsible. Call Venice PD if you have any information about the case. A convicted double murderer in Sarasota County is still sitting in his jail cell as the state is seeking the death penalty once again. John Allen Lee is convicted in the slayings of Tracy Naberfall and Jason Salter. A jury recommended the death penalty, but the sentencing process took so long that the death penalty was ruled unconstitutional. The Florida Supreme Court recently changed the death penalty process, so now a state jury must decide 12-0 for that death penalty to be imposed. While many chose to either plan ahead or pay for a safe ride home this New Year's Eve, a handful of others were caught by law enforcement driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. 12 drivers were charged with DUI on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in our area, according to Manatee and Sarasota County Sheriff's Office records. Also, ride-sharing companies like Uber and Lyft had increased rates for the holiday. One driver says up to 5 times the regular price. He says that rate hike encourages drivers to work instead of party. And one downtown bar owner believes the rideshare apps are decreasing the number of New Year's Eve drunk drivers.
The bad one before was when you'd call for a cab and there was none down here, and then they'd wait 15-20 minutes to get aggravated and try to drive home themselves.
They have to provide an incentive to do it.
Absolutely.
And nobody wants to go out and drive around on a New Year's Eve just for fun.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office also reports 1 count of battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest with violence during those overnight patrols. Police believe 2 shootings near Orlando's tourist district that left 5 people injured may be related. Police responded to the first incident after 2 a.m. on Sunday. A man found shot in the face was taken to the hospital where he is in critical but stable condition. 2 others were later hospitalized with gunshot wounds. Witnesses say the victims were in 2 vehicles that were possibly shooting at each other. Later on Sunday morning, police were called to a nearby area where more gunfire was heard. Authorities found a vehicle occupied by 2 men with gunshot wounds. Both are in stable condition at an Orlando area hospital. A Florida family has been identified among the victims of a charter aircraft crash in Costa Rica. A rabbi in St. Petersburg confirming the deaths of Mitchell and Leslie Weiss and their 2 children, 19-year-old Hannah and 16-year-old Ari. Mitchell Weiss was a radiologist and Leslie Weiss was a pediatrician. Both had practiced at Morton Plant Hospital in Clearwater for over a decade. The Weiss family members were among 10 U.S. citizens and 2 Costa Rican crew members who died on Sunday when their plane crashed shortly after takeoff. New details in the deaths of a dozen nursing home patients in South Florida. In the aftermath of Hurricane Irma, Florida regulators say temperatures rose to 99 degrees inside a Hollywood Hills nursing home that lost power during the storm. A new document filed by the Agency for Healthcare Administration reveals that temperatures climbed highest on the 2nd floor of the center after it lost air conditioning. 10 of the victims lived on that floor. Federal regulations state temperatures should not rise above 81 degrees. Those 12 deaths are being considered homicides, and the nursing home is still the subject of a criminal investigation. Well, despite cold New Year's Day air temperatures, manatees are enjoying warm waters here in Florida. People crowded around the guardrail to see the manatees at Blue Spring Park. Park officials counted 307 of the manatees in the water today. The park has seen a surge in the animals in recent weeks. Officials attribute that to the colder weather that's moving in.
Manatees can't suffer cold water for long periods of time, so once the water temperature drops below 68 degrees, then they'll search for warmer waters.
Park officials say the peak time to see the manatees is between November and mid-March when we have cooler temperatures. Once things start to warm back up, they say the manatees will go back out towards the water. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with our first alert forecast. Plus, a new study shows millions of Americans cannot afford to pay their rent. Some tips that may help lower your bills. And the start of the new year brings bigger paychecks for some workers across the country. What states are seeing a rise in minimum wage?
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer.
G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 digital media services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 digital media services to give you the right tools to grow your business. Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking an experienced broadcast engineer to provide technical support for all broadcast equipment. TV broadcast background required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Bob, I never thought I'd see the day where it would be cold enough to possibly snow here.
Yeah, it's going to get pretty cold. The coldest night will be, it looks like, Friday night, Saturday morning. Temperatures into the mid-30s.
Wow.
Actual temperatures now, it feels like that already right now, which is still a little unusual, too, for this area. And this time of year, we have had some snow before. In 1989, we had some snow on Christmas Eve. Was a little bit of a dusting of snow. Yeah, it's been a long time since that kind of snow fell, where it stuck on the car and stuck on some of the grasses there, and it was kind of interesting to see. We're getting a lot of reports on social media that people saw flurries from Inglewood to Northport, all the way to Venice and up near, again, Heritage Harbor in Manatee County. And I want to thank, again, earlier today we had Alyssa sending some video, Alyssa Weaver sending some video in of what appeared to be snow. But you can get a look at the Lakewood Ranch webcam in review. It really showed a dark day today, just a lot of clouds and kind of a rainy day on top of that, with the wind blowing and temperatures falling throughout the afternoon as a result of this pretty strong cold front that moved on through. Now, what we're looking at is developing a low pressure area off the east coast of Florida, which will wrap around some moisture and bring us a chance for a few showers. Looks like rain mainly here. We could see some snow. We saw some today in just south of Jacksonville, where they saw some snow right around 2 o'clock this afternoon. It was cold enough to snow there. Lots of watches and warnings are out for the state. Obviously, we have small craft advisories, still that rip current advisory in effect. And on top of that, freezing temperatures to the north of us near Inverness, just to the north of Tampa, and wind chill advisory all in the light area that you see right there in blue. And that's in effect until Tuesday, 10 a.m. Now, as far as temperatures go for lows tonight, actual lows, maybe a little bit colder than this right now. We've reached the low temperatures for the most part at Lakewood Ranch at 41 degrees, 41 in Parrish, and 46 in Anna Maria. The dew point temperature continues to drop now, down into the mid-30s at this point. And the trend for temperatures over the next 7 days, well, get ready for some chilly air to stick around over the next several days. These are high temperatures projected by one forecast model. By Sunday, we should be back to near normal in terms of temperatures in the afternoon, with highs right around 70. Right now, though, not normal. 42 with a wind chill at 35 degrees. Winds out of the northeast at 15. The pressure way up there, 30-23. The high today was at 64, and our current temperature now is the low of the day. 49 was the low at 6 o'clock. Now, rainfall 0.08 of an inch. That's it. That's all we saw today. Just a little bit of some shower activity moving on through. Current temperature of 34 in Tallahassee. It's 28 in Pensacola and 46 in Orlando now. You factor in the wind, it feels like 35 in Sarasota, 39 in Orlando. Temperatures around pretty much in the low to mid 40s currently from the Meadows, Kensington Park, all the way down to Osprey. 46 there, Inglewood at 45, and Northport at 44. You can get snow sometimes when temperatures are right around 38 to 40 degrees, but it's very unlikely to get snow when the temperature's at 46. So more than likely, again, the reports that you're seeing on some of the social media, suspended rain or light rain, if you will. The forecast tomorrow, not very warm, upper 50s with a few clouds around, and we will see a periodic shower or two in the forecast right on in through Wednesday. You can see some of that pink and orange there. That's the snow that's projected on Wednesday over North Florida, and that'll be our best chance. If we're going to see any kind of snow flurry, I think it'll be Wednesday night, Thursday morning, then into possibly on into Friday. Now, as far as the rest of the U.S. is concerned, just very cold temperatures. These are actual lows right now, our current temperatures, I should say. And as far as the feels like temperature, well, minus 20 now in Chicago. So just hard to believe. Well, for boaters, a small craft advisory is in effect. It will be rough going out there. As far as the extended forecast goes, there you see it, a 30% chance for showers tomorrow, a better chance of rain on Wednesday morning, and then it stays pretty chilly. The coldest morning Saturday, starting off at 36 degrees. So winter is officially here for 2018. Jacqueline?
Wow, thank you so much, Bob. Certainly want to turn those heaters on and bundle up. It's the focus of political promises and slogans. The rent is just too high. According to a new study, millions of Americans cannot afford their rent. In today's Consumer Watch, Mary Maloney has some tips that may help lower your bills.
Nearly half of all renters can't afford their rent. According to a Harvard report, almost 21 million people were considered burdened by the price of their rent in 2016, meaning that more than 30% of income is dedicated to housing and utilities. Some are in even worse shape. 25% of renters use more than half of their income for housing. Losing such a big chunk of your check can impact your savings and force tough spending decisions down the road, like deciding whether to pay rent or pay for food. There is some good news. An improving economy and rising paychecks have helped ease the burden for some renters. But affluent renters combined with high building and land costs are driving the prices up. You may be able to lower some payments. Try to switch providers every year. Call your cable company to see if you can negotiate a lower rate, or cut the cord and switch to a streaming service. Consider getting a roommate. The new person could help you cut costs in half. If you're a good renter, haggle with your landlord. Try to talk the company out of raising your rent when it comes time to renew. If an appliance breaks, ask your landlord about getting a credit on your next statement, especially if you have to spend money while you wait for that appliance to get fixed. Bottom line, it doesn't hurt to have a conversation. It just may help you keep your costs down. For Consumer Watch, I'm Reed Binion.
Well, the start of the new year brings bigger paychecks for some workers across the U.S. Minimum hourly wages are up in 18 states. In Washington state, it's now $11.50 an hour, up 50 cents, and representing the highest state minimum in the nation. The biggest per hour jump is by $1 in Maine, from $9 to $10. The highest local minimum wage is found in SeaTac, Washington, where it is $15.64 an hour, while Seattle is $15.45. Many of the wage bumps come as a result of ballot measures with backing from union and workers' rights groups. A number of the hikes are scheduled to continue to rise in the coming years. And today marks the first day of legal marijuana sales in California for recreational users. Voters decided to legalize pot for adults 21 and over back in 2016, but until now, recreational users had no way to buy it lawfully in the state. Nearly 100 recreational marijuana stores now have the necessary permits to open for business. Officials warn that you can be arrested for driving while high. It's also illegal to use marijuana while riding in a vehicle as a passenger. Employers in California are still able and allowed to drug test employees, and they can fire people who test positive for marijuana. On this first day of 2018, the Trump administration is already facing escalating foreign policy tests in Iran and North Korea. ABC's Megan Hughes takes a look.
President Trump back in D.C. tonight after a day of golf and a glitzy New Year's Eve bash at Mar-a-Lago, where he shrugged off questions about the latest warning from the North Korean leader.
We'll see. We'll see.
In his New Year's address, leader Kim Jong-un warned North Korea has completed its nuclear forces. The U.S. should know that the button for nuclear weapons is on my table, Kim Jong-un said. The entire area of the U.S. mainland is within our nuclear strike range. Another hotspot, Iran. Anti-government protests have raged since Thursday, and several people have been killed. The president tweeting this morning that it's time for change. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham slamming Trump's Twitter approach on Face the Nation.
President Trump is tweeting very sympathetically to the Iranian people. But you just can't tweet here. You have to lay out a plan.
Have you conveyed this personally to the president?
I just did.
Divisions between the president and congressional Republicans will be put to the test in the year ahead as the party faces midterm elections. The president is also aiming for a big infrastructure push. And also looming large, the investigation into the Trump campaign and possible collusion with Russia. But as the president strolled the red carpet, he expressed nothing but optimism.
We're off to a very good start, as you know, with the great tax cuts and Anwar and getting rid of the individual mandate, which was very, very unpopular, as you know. We're going to have a great year. It's going to be a fantastic 2018.
Congress returns to work on Wednesday with another budget battle looming, as well as a fight to determine whether young immigrants under the DACA program will be deported. Megan Hughes, ABC News, Washington.
Well, sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
We were thinking of you when we made this.
He's gone. He just left. He just...
Oh, sorry. I just threw
Oh, jeez. Oh, sorry.
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. When I think of kids going to school hungry, hunger, homelessness, in this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now. Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC7's Paris Vacation Giveaway Contest. Join us as we congratulate our grand prize winner, Heather Caston of Bradenton. She and her husband Clint are going on an amazing 6-night dream vacation for 2 to Paris, the most romantic city in the world.
Thank you, ABC7, for going to Paris.
Congratulations, Heather and Clint. We hope you have the trip of your lives. ABC7, we're here for you. Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and Bobeth Yates for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC7. Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors.
We are problem solvers striving for answers. Relevancy on every platform. We are driven to create content that's compelling, engaging, where it matters. We are neighbors that care about solutions, believers in making a difference, leaders, innovating in an exciting era of multimedia, reaching to always be the gold standard in our evolving landscape. We are Raycom Media. Find your opportunity today.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac. Now, sports.
College football playoffs begin with a matchup between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Oklahoma Sooners. In the fourth quarter, Georgia with a 3rd and 10 finds Terry Godwin for the first down, and the Bulldogs are in the red zone. 2 plays later, Chubb takes a direct snap, runs right, and reaches the end zone. Chubb's second touchdown of the game, and the game is tied at 45, and we end up going into overtime. The Sooners trying a field goal in the second overtime, but the kick is blocked by Lorenzo Carter. The Dogs then get possession. Michael takes the direct snap, sweeps to his left, and he has room to run. He takes it in for the game-winning touchdown. Georgia wins 54-48 in double overtime tonight. The Dogs are now headed to the national championship. And the Alabama-Clemson rivalry continues this New Year's Day with both teams facing off in the Sugar Bowl. That game is currently in the third quarter, and Alabama is winning 24-6. And undefeated and 12th ranked UCF facing number 7 Auburn in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta today. The Knights have the ball. Quarterback Mackenzie Milton avoids the sack, takes off, and scores the 17-yard touchdown. UCF taking a 10-3 lead. Stidham drops back and has sacked by Shaquem Griffin. UCF leads 10-6 at halftime, and then with less than a minute to go in the game, Auburn in UCF territory. Stidham throws to the end zone and is intercepted by Antoine Collier. UCF wins the Peach Bowl 34-27, and UCF goes 13-0 on the year in a perfect season in Scott Frost's final game as head coach. Well, that's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers when we come back.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android. Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Bob, I don't know about you, but I am pulling out that cold weather gear as soon as I get home. You're gonna need it.
I have a jacket. I gotta find out where my leather jacket is.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get that, but again, I'm showing. A lot of people are showing, and there are actually websites that are showing Sarasota Baywatch, for example, here showing some flurries. It looks like flurries. I still think it's suspended raindrops that are on. It's meteorologically not likely to occur until the temperature's right around 40 degrees.
Right.
So. If you have any pictures or video, get them, send them in at pics@mysuncoast.com. All right, show it melting on your hand.
Right.
Then I'll believe it.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a wonderful night.